Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Outrageous. And it is outrageous, my friends. I didn't think I was going to do this live stream, but here we are. Me doing a live stream. Ooh. What's going on? How are you? Scent of the evening for Laura G is Li Jiang. Welcome, Nick Nestros. How are you doing? How is it going? Welcome, Jeannie. Welcome, Juro. Welcome, Dushan. Welcome, Bilbo. Welcome, Ryan, Paul Pafemo, Ricardo, with a great name. Dushan, again, Envy for Men. I'm either going to wear that this autumn and winter or I'm going to sell it. Rich, what's your thoughts on all the fakes absolutely flooding eBay currently? I'm never buying a fragrance off eBay again. I must have purchased 3 in the last month. All sellers had amazing feedback. Well, make sure you know the seller. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bought a fragrance off me on eBay on Saturday, and I can't post it to them until tomorrow. And the reason for that is because it's a bank holiday here today, and on bank holidays, me and Laura G are trying to establish a tradition. We're not, but we may do because we've done it twice now. Twice as a collection. Where we went for steak. We went for a meal. And what a meal it was. Absolutely sensational. Stuffed. Stuffed I am. And stuffed I will remain. Wait. Well, I had a sirloin steak. I can't remember the steak that Laura G had. She had a different one. It was a most delicious meal. We also had the bread. I thought the bread was dead nice as well. They do nice bread. You had the rump steak, butt steak. I had rump before and I wasn't a fan. I think I'm a sirloin type of unit. That was an absolutely outrageous steak I had today. I enjoyed it greatly. And we had good times. Apart from somebody tried to die in front of us. And I had to hit the person as hard as I... Well, I didn't hit her as hard as I could. I might have killed her, but she was choking. Choking on a lovely meat. Welcome, Dahlia. Goodbye, Dahlia. She was eating this steak. Well, she was eating something, bless her, at the end of her meal. And then I just saw her and she was doing the whole chicken head thing. And I went over and I looked at her, looked in her face, and I was like, right, on 3, 1. So I was like, sit up straight, on 3, 1, 2, 3. And I whacked her on the back as hard as I could. And that did it. It sorted it out. Bless her. The staff were nowhere, to be fair. The staff were nowhere to be seen. Were you doing the Heimlich? No, if I would have employed the Heimlich if that hadn't worked. And you know it was a genuine choke because it was silent. Yes, Yeah, people who are choking don't make noise. They're like, you know what I mean? Because you can't breathe. And then the panic sets in. And I was just like, you're not choking in front of me, love. I've just ordered a massive steak. Like, I'm not having anybody die and putting us off my meal. Like, fuck that. So, welcome, Mr. North. Welcome, Ryan X. Welcome, Andrej. You are wearing a Rendezvous from a sample. What do you think? I've revisited Rendezvous once or twice. I thought it's not bad. It's got that really weird modern... that modern fruity metallic... fruity metallic thing, you know? Not having that. Whacked her? Who? Just this random woman who was having a meal. And then another guy came over and he was like, "She all right?" And I was like, I think so. It took her about 10 minutes to thank us, to be fair. I was like, well, you're not going to say thanks, fuck off. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's not why I saved her, but like, you know, would have been nice. But she eventually did turn around and was like, "Thanks." I was like, yeah, sound. That's quite all right. MJ is wearing incident diplomatique. Jared says, would you help Luca Turd if he was choking, lol? Yes, but then I would berate him afterwards for not being able to eat, and that would just be another failure to add to his list of fucking, you know, his litany of things that he's completely failed at during his life. A fucking loser. You can't even eat? Good God, man. She did run away. She was probably in shock. She was pretty shocked. Like, I didn't know whether she paid or not. You know what I mean? Because she just kind of got up and fucked off afterwards. But, yeah. Dushan has bought himself a bottle of Smolto Porom. She was probably in shock and mortified. She did seem pretty mortified. Well done, Richie, says Bob. Rich smelled my cologne perfume today. I was quite surprised. It's a good way of getting out of paying for your bill, yes. See, you nearly killed me. I refuse to pay. I refuse to pay my own assassin. You just never know, you know. She'd had a couple of drinks as well. She'd had a couple of shorts and she was by herself. I noticed that she had like a beer and a couple of shorts, and I was thinking, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, love. That's another thing I want to come on to. Luca Turin alleged that I'd been drinking on my last stream. No, I was fully compos mentis. You know? I was fully compos mentis. Oh, Bob says, scent of the day, Tom Ford's Black Lecker. Apricot. That's sad. I tried low ombre leather today. Low ombre leather. Fuck. Not happy. Not happy. It's just got a whack of generic vanilla in it. Someone has been mean to me, Laura J. Well, not me, to my friend, and I stuck up for my friend. And then Luca Turin was very mean to me. That was the drama I was meant to tell you about today, but we didn't get round to it because we were talking about other dramas. She was dressed very casually, you're right. Evening, says Andrej. Initially, I thought this is an iris perfume, but it changes very quickly. And like Rich has just said, it goes quite metallic and a bit rhubarb-like. I'm not sure what to think of it. I'm not sure what to think of it. It's got an absolutely lovely benzoin dry down, though. It's got a lovely benzoin dry down. So that is something to look forward to. Just drinking copious amounts of water, says James. Yes, it is an absolutely outrageous amount of water that I drink. I don't deny it. Had a good laugh. There's all the staff in Miller and Carter in Newcastle know that I drink Pepsi Max with 1 ice cube in. They just love it. And I'm like, well, fuck it. You know what I mean? And they're like, no, they just smile every time because it's like 1 ice cube. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to complain because, you know, there's like bigger things to complain about. But I don't believe there were any ice cubes in my water, in my drinks today. I was upset by this, you know. I felt let down, saddened, if you will. I am particular, you know, but when you're paying fucking £3.50 for a drink of Diet Pepsi or a drink of Pepsi Max and you ask for an ice cube in it, you better put a fucking ice cube in it, mate. Do you know what I mean? All I'm asking, I just want 1 ice cube. That's all I want. You know? I didn't see the ice cube, I must admit. But it was warm and then melted fast. I refuse to have like fucking a drink packed with ice unless they're going to give us 2 of them for the price of 1. You know what I mean? Welcome, Science Bear. Benjamin, you say, might actually enjoy it, says Pradeep. There's something else I smelled recently with a fat benzoin base. Never even thought of you. Small ice, says Laura G. It's not bad, Call. It's not heavy. Will fully apply after a shower. You can buy Hope now. I want a 10ml, but it's like €200. It's £150. It's £150 for 10ml. Absolutely not a chance. Just buy yourself a bottle of Promise, right? And then a decent incense perfume, and you've got the same thing. You know what I mean? It's such a bollocks fucking release. It really is such a bullshit release. Like I've turned on it quite vehemently now, actually. I'm going to read my book. I am still stuffed from my lunch. Have a nice evening. No doubt I will text you later to talk about cats and steaks. But not cat steaks. Wait, seriously, says Science Bear? What about? 150 for 10ml? Yes. And it just smells like Promise with an absolutely lovely olibanum note. But it's not worth 3 times what Promise is, because it's literally just Promise with an olibanum note. It's disgraceful that they've released that at 3 times the price of Promise. It's disgusting. It's just fucking, yeah. I will get Hope for 200 eventually. I wouldn't have thought so, mate. I don't know if it'll drop that far. Like, people asking me to try the city exclusive Benjamin robbery. That, yeah, they're burglars as well. Rich, did you try the Memoir Man and Journeyman? I got samples on the way, but Amouage really doesn't do anything for me at all for some reason. So I'm the same. I might not be much use to you. I might not be much used to. Promise and Unum Labs. No, it's got a very, very particular olibanum note. Oh God, it smells so much like Promise. It's unbelievable. That really caustic, dry, Cypriol, Middle Eastern, nasty kind of thing. Not that all Middle Eastern fragrances are nasty, but that Promise, I really turned on Promise. I should really review Promise again and say what happened, because I don't feel the same way about it as I did when I reviewed it. I genuinely loved it at first. And then as me disdain for Amber Woods grew, my disdain for Promise grew. And in the end, I just had to sell it. You know, I sold it for a good price to a decent person. I just remember them messaging us on eBay and saying, is this fake? What's going on? I was like, it's not fake, mate. And they were like, why is it so cheap? I was like, well, just because I have no desire to fucking scalp or make money or do silly things. Do you know what I mean? Mental. Really, I just want a pro rata. I just want my money back when I sell things. People asking me to try the City exclusive Benjoin, robbery that. But at least they are full of naturals even then, which some NSRUs cost hundreds for a 10 ml, but they're full of naturals. Naturals, the whole natural thing can be a misnomer, can be a red herring, can distract you from what's really happening, and it's how they're used, you know? Enjoying his nice Poivre 23 is far best. Is by far the best. It's spaced out. Promise unum laus. It's a bit like Baccarat Rouge 540 sort of scheme, says Science Bear, excuse me. Science Bear, still want to have Science Bear on the channel. I am thinking of doing an open night. Now, I want you fuckers to behave yourselves if we do. Alright? I will not put up with outrageous foolishness. And Bilbo, you're not coming on to sit there and say nothing. That's just not happening, mate. Tim Wilcox, it would be nice if you came on. Saint Genie, it'd be nice if you came on. Science Bear, I've already spoke to Science Bear quite a while back. Germs, you can come on. On the Swedish eBay, it might actually show up for that low and get Hemington weight for half the price. Yeah, but that's shit. Sven-Goran Eriksson passed away today. Speaking of Sweden, very sad. I would love to face my death the way he did. Incredible the way he went out. Absolutely stunning. Like, turned into a philosopher. Like, you know what I mean? Face the end with half the grace he did. Fucking hell. Do you know that your comment got a hot air balloon on Fragrantica at Belle Arm? Les Abstrelol. I've never seen a hot air balloon on comments, this SUTU. I don't know what to make of that. I did actually, now you mention it, I did get a notification on my Fragrantica today. It said, your review was one of the most popular on Fragrantica. I thought, ooh, that's quite interesting. Which one is it? Thinking it was one of the few, thinking of, like, it was one of the few reviews I've ever written before, you know. There's a few of them from years ago, and then I decided that writing, I just couldn't be arsed more than anything else. And no, turns out it was the one for Les Abstray, which was quite funny. But apparently it's one of the quote-unquote most fucking popular reviews on Fragrantica. So cheers to all the people who gave it a thumbs up. I thank you all. You are very kind. I hope you enjoyed it. Promise probably bottom 5 mile for me. It's really bad. It's really not a good fragrance, actually. It's that thing that it's really not good. Like, I really bought into it at one point, but I can tell you that I'm all out now. Ashton did a great video on all the fake fragrances on eBay. It's beyond a joke, says Ryan. Well, it's quite a powerful thing when Ashton does something like that. I mean, this is a man with, like, access to nearly 500,000 people, you know, who are subscribed. So even if they just see the title, you know what I mean? I'd suggest going to their store and testing on paper, if anything. Don't ever give them that sort of money for a bottle. No, don't reward their outrageous behaviour with money, otherwise they'll keep doing it. eBay refusing to do anything, it'll end up with the companies getting involved. When the companies get involved, they'll sue eBay. Like, how do you rate Parfum de Terrace product? I'm tempted on getting it, says Carl. Hello, Rich. Welcome, Pat Lester. Science Best says I'll behave. I don't have any doubts you'll behave, mate. No doubt that you'll. I want me and you were going to talk about foraging and making your own tinctures, like, which I find very interesting. From like not that I am not quite the woodsman, you know what I mean. In fact, I would go so far as to say I am hardly the woodsman, but I do think that's quite interesting. Carl says Boz has to come on. No, he'll stink the place out. He's trying to tell people that he's got fucking autism now. He just can't handle the fact that he's just a bit of a fucking boring dick. You know what I mean? Oh, come on our birthday, says Germs. Ooh. Sounds like a good idea. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would find it quite endearing if you did that. I would like you. It would be nice. Everyone should come on and read their favourite Turin review that they find absolutely shite, says Lily. That would not be a bad one. That would not be a bad one at all. I've had a fair few air balloons on Fragranticus, says Ryan. Really, we don't want to pay for it. No, God, no, don't put money in his pocket. You'll only encourage him. Didn't realise he was a bit of a joke in the science community as well. Actually, found this out. He's looked upon quite mockingly in the science community for his... he only ever like the only people who like might subscribe to his like things are like pseudo intellectuals, people who are a little bit out there, man. You know, when he's talking about his fucking vibration theory of olfaction. There's an extremely pertinent point I want to make about Luca Turin as well, which I'm going to make before I move on, because I think it's quite an important distinction to make. Luca Turin has, so before there were influencers, before there was like a big market for like media and social media and people just being able to talk like we are, Luca Turin wrote this book about scent, and he did loads of little pithy reviews on loads of different types of scent. I believe he has played on the fact that he is a doctor. He's got a PhD in biophysics and with an interest and a research into how olfaction works. With his book reviewing fragrances, what he's tried to do is he's tried to say, I'm an expert in the field, so here is what I think about these fragrances, and it carries some weight because I'm a scientist and because I have done research into how smell works. And he's played a very, very clever sleight of hand, but I've picked up on it, and I think a lot of people have in it without ever realizing it. He has tried to equate his standing, or lack thereof, actually, as it's come to be, as a scientist, right, with his knowledge of aroma chemicals and his knowledge of, or lack thereof, of how scent is perceived by humans and how we actually smell things. And he's tried to equate that with having good taste in perfume. Those two things are not the same. He's tried to say that he is a taste. He has tried to sort of portray as a kind of one follows the other sort of thing, because he's studied chemicals and because he studied the way that perception and fragrance works, that he actually knows what makes a good fragrance or a good perfume, and that he's got good taste, and that his standing as somebody who can quote unquote review perfumes is higher than others. And it's absolutely fucking not. These are two clean different things. I would go so far as to say that Luca Turin has some of the most batshit taste in perfume. I think actually a lot of it's based on nepotism and his friends in the industry. I think he likes to associate himself with people who he thinks will make him look good. You know, he doesn't like Roger because he thinks Roger makes him look bad. Apparently, Luca Turin also had a failed brand, tried to release some perfumes, tried to make some. Apparently, don't know this for a fact. Need to look into it a little bit more, but I don't think Luca Turin stands up to much scrutiny, to be quite frankly honest with you. And he's being found out, just like he was with his scientific theory. His scientific theory of olfaction, I don't want to say it's been debunked, because there could be some more research that comes out by someone more competent than him, who shows that the theory he's worked on is actually true, but there are so many studies that indicate a completely different reason for the way humans actually smell stuff, that it's become a little bit of a joke. Someone I know who was looking into it was saying they felt a little bit bad for him, and I was like, don't feel bad for him. Some of the things he said about people in the perfumes that they've made, like, they're based on personal vendettas. They're based on personalities and personal vendettas. He's throwing shade at people. He's digging. He's using his position. Justice Doe says that theory is laughable. I'm going to be perfectly honest. People who I trust to know a lot more about science and how serious scientific stuff works. But he was on it. He did a video with a guy. And this guy, this was the other day. I actually saw it on his Twitter feed. He retweeted it. He did an interview with a guy where he was putting forward his theory, and the other guy was just like, I don't know, he comes across a bit Alex Jonesy. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like a conspiracy. It's almost like everybody's against us, but I don't care sort of thing. And that's not how science works. He's not doing politics. He's not doing things that are like it's hard science, you know, that he's doing. And it's bollocks. Like, I didn't realize how utterly discredited he was. You know? So it's so strange. So should I sample Desandre, says freshly squeezed. You should freshly sprayed, sorry. You should sample and spray things that you want to. I would always tell you to sample something before you bought it. Don't just buy things, but I can't remember what the deal is. Somebody will be able to put it in the chat. Eugene does like 3 samples for the price of 1. I think Lily knows what the deal is, so she'll be able to tell you. I've missed a lot of... So yeah, basically, Luca Turin's just a bit of a mug, like. And a lot of what's come out about from his from this whole thing is that a lot of people think he's a dick. Like, there was somebody who is in here who wrote on his Substack and gave like a pretty detailed like reaction and rebuff to his criticism, and he just fucking blew her off like she was less than shit. like, he just talked to her. He just talked down to her like she was shit. And then she was like, well, look, I'm just going to have to go. And all he put was bye. And it's like, fuck off, you cheeky cunt, you. Who the fuck are you? You're a fucking nobody. It's always people like that. It's always people like that who behave that way. You know what I mean? It's always people who pretend that they're fucking something they're not, who behave that way. Fucking arsehole. You know what I mean? If he wasn't an absolute arsehole, people wouldn't talk to him that way. You know? That's what the point of that stream was the other day, to talk to him the way that he talks to other people. See how he fucking likes it. Wanker. Science Bear says, I have autism and ADHD too. Boz has no excuse. It's not an excuse. There's plenty of people with autism and ADHD, and much, because autism's a spectrum, so it could be fucking anything. Science Bear, it could be any. It could. There are a lot of people like that who aren't dickheads. You know, most aren't dickheads. Boz is. And it's not an excuse. It's exactly as you say. It's not an excuse at all. I got some Perfume and Roma samples on the way. Patchouli, I've got that. Arso, I've got that. Fumidis, I don't have that. And Olibanum, tried that. Wasn't a big fan. Hello, Rich. Welcome, Splinter. Have you tried Creed's Vetiver Geranium? Yes, but it was a long time ago. You're beautiful, it's true, says Lifestyle Not For Sale. Welcome, Brandon. I'd like to lick this. I prefer to lick the stream, says Nick. Please do. Tried the new Killian Old Fashioned today. Absolutely shite. Was hoping it'd be similar to single malt, but it's not. In Aldehyde 44 review, 50% of the review is him complaining that they refused to send him samples. Yeah, exactly. It's nepotism. You know what I mean? He wants to be treated specially. He wants to be held a cut above, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's full of shit. He's a nobody. Mind your words, Rich. Make sure they're not liable. Shut up, Lily. Are we still bitching about Luca, says Piper? Yes, he never shows mathematical models without which research is just theory, says Pradeep. Despite Luca Turin's obsession on vibrations, he can't send out good vibrations. He couldn't pass a vibe test, says Science Bear. Bad vibes. Bad vibes. Brandon, come here on vacation. If you sell me your Boadas ELDT, says the Lifestyle Not For Sale. Typical man who thinks he knows it all, says Carl. Yep. Like, it's also completely wrong. The science he pushes, the vibrational theory, which has been widely disproven, says Piper. Yes. 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 And say, didn't he say that Oud Wood by Tom Ford smells like real oud? Oh, he's fucking. Like I said, like, knowledge of. I mean, because I would say even knowledge of how the thing works. How many doctors do you know who don't have any common sense? They're just people with like deep-rooted fucking and very, very narrow interests in things, who just go all the way down on one piece of fucking work and they just don't have any fucking social skills. Or just look at Turin. Like, and he probably had a really good start in life as well. Not that that makes you any better or worse of a human, but how many doctors do you know come from the fucking projects, as they call them in America? And council houses. Actually, it's better in this country, actually. Beyond Paris, didn't he say that Oud was fucking fool? It's a load of nonsense. Receptors don't work that way, says Piper. The theory is laughable, says Justice Doe. So should I sample Desandre? I ordered Les Abstrait samples today, actually, although I don't think it will be my jam, says Justice Doe. Welcome, Risk Designs. Rich, hope all is good. Sent of the day, Comme de Garçon, Bleu Ensemble. He lost all credibility to me when he gave Secretions Magnifique 5 stars. I get giving a point or two for creativity and uniqueness, but 5 stars. That's because he wants to be contraire. He wants to be seen as what he everybody else in the entire world would say yes and he would say no, right? Which is all well and good at certain times, but the reason he gave it 5 stars is because he wants to paint himself as this kind of mystical fucking creature who has insights that you will never understand and you will never be able to obtain, because he's just on a different level to you. Do you know what I mean? That's the conclusion I've come to about him. You know? So order 1 sample, he'll send all 3. You will at least like one of them, says Carl. Yeah, if you order 1 sample, Eugene give me a deal. Told me to message him on Instagram, says freshly squeezed. Secretions Magnifique is by Antoine Lee. It is, that's true. But it's just as bad when someone hits you with K. Good evening, someone. Mitch, random question. Sad day today, lost one of my bottles of Gigli per Womo is finished. Is there anything close to it? I don't know, but you'll be able to find one. I must dehydrate. I will come back to that in a minute. There'll be bottles out there. Have you tried a Nuge? Also, I have some news about a Nuge. When I come back, I'll tell you. I'm back. Oh dear. Well, Sandra, just talking about you a little earlier and your interaction with the person who we all knew all about. Ask a Nuge about the Gigli per Womo. There'll be some out there. Enchant is, yeah, he is. Yeah. If anyone can help, he can. Also try Le Parfumier. Oh. I ordered them from a French shop since I am from EU. Genius. Deal is awesome, says Justice Doe. So Canada, Lily K. The place in EU is for Les Abstrait is Le Bistro de la Butte. We need a live with Luca versus the Vintage Gang, says Freshly Spread. Sorry, phone died. I don't think I want to be seen with Luca Turin, if I'm being perfectly fucking honest with you. Like, he's a joke. He'll bring down my fucking reputation. You know what I mean? Jesus. I have nothing to gain from that. Like, seriously. Guy's a fucking loser. Yes, Sandra, we were just talking about your interaction with Mr. Turin. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Can't stand Herba Fresca 2 mojito for me, says Nick. Fool. He treats everyone like school children. He is ancient, to be fair. 70, says Prodigy. Yeah, he treats everyone like he's better than them. You know what I mean? And he's not. He is simply not. This might be an odd way of saying age, but I genuinely don't think a person counts as old until they're 90. How old are you, Science Bear? Plan to wear synthetic jungle tomorrow, says Nick. Good for you. Now it's time for a coffee and a boss. See you there, Duchamp. I had a boss of an internship that was over 90 and he was quintessential grumpy old man. Turns out it was for good reason, though. Life. Science Bear says I'm 28. That's probably why you think 90 years old is old. Mate, in 10 years' time, you will realise that 90 is not what feels like old. Trust us. I was about your age when my back started to go. When my back went completely. You will start when middle age hits or starts to hit. I mean, I'm not 4. I'm 39 in about 6 weeks' time, 7 weeks' time. So I'm not even 40 yet, and I feel old. I'm the oldest. You are at this very second, and this is true of everyone. You are the oldest you have ever been. Science Bear, I am young in my mind. Do I sound like an old man? I'm a silly young man in an old man's body. But I'm also grumpy. 28, trust us. You will start to feel old. You will start to feel, because before you're 30, you're still capable of most of the things you were already capable of. When you're approaching 40, you realize, like, you're not capable of the things you used to be 5 years ago. You are almost certainly still capable of doing everything you did 5 years ago. I'm not. I mean, for me, it's not. I mean, it's not even 5 years ago. I mean, it's more like 10, 15 years ago. Can we talk some good about Luca now, just to even out this energy we got going on here tonight? We can't talk some good about Luca. His opinions do not seem to have any impact on sales or popularity anyway. Every genre has to have a bad guy, though, says Risk Designs. That's good science, but he pays taxes as far as I know. Luca is old. He's mean. I'm here. Welcome, Jordan. He doesn't even test the fragrances on skin. Imagine forming opinions of fragrances based on how they smell on a blot, and more so actually publishing a book with your opinions. It's not even a book. It's like a fucking collection of fucking poems. Shit poems. Scent of the day sampling Serge Luton's L'Orphelin. Good incense, says Omar. Fragrance compounds last so much longer on a blotter, says Science Bear. Rich, what's your favourite D&G fragrance? It would have to be... Excuse me, it would have to be this. The original D&G Pour Homme.
Couldn't give a proper quiet opinion until I've sprayed it on skin and spent some time with it. If any of you by any luck were to get caught in an elevator with Turin, have a decant of Descendre at the ready and spray after pressing all the floor buttons, then run. It's alright, even if you... I mean, you don't have to run. It's not like he's going to be able to catch you. Welcome, Greggy boy. How you doing? I enjoyed your watch video yesterday. If Luca Turin makes fragrances and turned out a big hit, would you buy it? It depends whether I liked it or not. But I probably wouldn't want to give him money, because that's the type of thing he would do. I would just treat him the way he treats everyone else. You know? He's not a good guy. Why would you want to support somebody like that? The outpouring of support for Eugene has been a joy to behold, though. I will watch the replay then to hear what you said, says Sandra. Okay. Once you hit 40, it's all downhill from there, says Sanjini. Felt old once I hung up my cleats at 35, says PK. Feel like I used to be wiser. I'm not aging correctly, says James. Someone said they are privileged to get his opinions by pen. Oh, God almighty. The cope is outrageous. I think this book is shocking, a bunch of memoirs and nothing more. I was talking to Ramsey. Ramsey actually said that he found his writing about other things other than fragrance much, much better. You know? And remember, about a year ago, he decided that he would swear off fragrances and not talk about them anymore. He flounced off, you know, as Les Audrons put it. He should have stayed flounced. Thanks, mate. Some watermelons on eBay for $5.50-ish. That sounds nice. I do like them watermelon watches. They're great. Have you ever seen a... Oh, what are they called? I'll send you the link after the stream. There's an outrageous watch. My mate found it. It's just a silly little thing, but it's quite cool. Jenny, I don't remember how my memory used to be, says James. I wanted to buy Turin's books, but I have them downloaded and pay for PDF. Take that, old man. Managed to get a set of samples from Eugene for each in the Les Abstrais, says Piper. A good thing about this drama with Luca Turin versus Eugene is that it changed my opinion about Eugene for the better, says Sides. But get my state pension next year, says Tim. This chat is making me feel I'm doing quite well for my years. Luca Turin is a wiener. How strange, says Freshly Sprayed. Time to hydrate. San Pellegrino. I can't drink that. It makes me throw up, like. I cannot drink that stuff. It makes me violently sick, like. Far too much salt in it, like. I can't imagine what that's like. It's like, you know, when you the boil water off and you're left with like a dry residue, but it's like a fucking grit bin. Great sticker on that D&G. It's seen a lot of use, you know. I've had it through my hands quite, you know. It's what the watch people call patina, you know. It's got a bit of, it's got, you know, it's a real, oh, it's so nice. It really is very, very nice. Where are we? I'm actually rereading the Ghost Perfume and renewing my hate for it, says Santini. Luca is going to return to YouTube with a top 10 fragrance reviewers video. He's supposed to go for the 30ml or 50ml when buying a Frederick Mall. Ooh. Welcome, Duncan. How are you doing? Welcome, Alicia. How are you? It's a bit nausea before bed, even though I'm getting older. Hearing ducks say, Wiener is still funny, says James. I have Vintage Man, the Duo clone. It's pretty accurate, but heavier on the musk, says Duncan. I just need to find this watch because I'm going to forget. I know I am. Where is it? I don't know if he'll like... After watching his video, he might do, you know. It's quite cool. Oh, please don't say they're sold out. Oh, they're not. Where is it? Called... There it is. I think they're cool. I don't necessarily... They're not the world's greatest watches, but they're cool. keen to pick up a bottle of D&G Pour Homme. I think I'm seeing that there are 2 different Euro Italia versions. Oof. I'll let somebody else answer that, because there is a Euro d'Italia version. I think that was made when they moved to P&G. There was a Made in Italy. You want the Made in Italy version, Euro Italia. I say Euro d'Italia, but it's not. It's Euro Italia. Oh, it's so good. And you know, for a freshie with a zesty top, it's fucking held up really, 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 really well. Really well. I'm gonna wear this. Weather didn't allow today. The weather's been shite this summer. We have not had a fucking summer this year. It's been scandalous. If money was no issue, I'd have one of the Astronomia watches, says Science Bar. Money is absolutely an issue, though. It's an issue for everyone. Shite summer, man. Welcome, Monia. Friends, please like this. Please like the stream. When is the autumn rotation, Rich? Is it the 1st of September? I think I'm going to do it on Saturday. I'm going to do it on Saturday because Sunday is the 1st, and I do the fragrance rotation on a Sunday, and I don't want to fucking have to do 2 videos on the same day, because doing the rotation absolutely buckles us. Because I've got to reach, and I've got to stretch, and I've got to twist, all of that kind of thing. I haven't tried any Les Indomptables. I really want to, says Monia. Get the sample set. It's a really good value sample set. A really good value sample set. I want to email Valerie and say, look, I've paid for the bottle. I still want it, but is there any danger you could just not engrave it for us? Because I really don't want an engraving on it. I just got them to put Heart of Oud on it, but it already says Corps d'Oud. I think YSL M7 is the most challenging designer release I've ever tried. The oud in it is very complex. Oud in general can be very complex, not just like rock, rose, and patchouli. Yes, I don't know that it's the most challenging designer ever, because there have been some pretty outrageous designer fragrances, just not recently. Original YSL Opium is extreme. Engrave it with samples, says Tim Wilcox. Behave. That's outrageous. That has tickled me. What was I saying? YSL. So I think I can think of a few more challenging designer fragrances. And taste is pretty challenging. Opium, the original Opium's pretty challenging. Shalimar's pretty challenging. It's not a designer though, is it? Not really. Guerlain exists outside of time and space. They're a bit like Serge Luton. Koros, as Pradeep says. Gucci Guilty Absolute. Well done, Dropout. Fahrenheit. Quite a challenging fragrance. Challenging, yeah. Fahrenheit is actually quite challenging, especially when it first came out. I mean, it was a sensation. It was an absolute sensation. It still is a sensation, really. Greggy Boy's favourite ever fragrance. Absolutely sensational. I fucking love it, like. But challenging, yes. Compared to, like, there's always been like huge waves of
waves, you know, like when somebody makes something that everybody else likes, there's like loads of copycats and stuff like that. So you've got Aqua di Gio. Everybody started going for the like melanol, like aquatic sort of thing. And there was a wave of those for years. Lamal. That was a huge fucking, hugely challenging fragrance. Amen. Amen. M7 was, I love M7 though, so maybe I'm not, it's Balenciaga Pour Homme. I don't know that Balenciaga Pour Homme's particularly challenging or difficult. Is Balenciaga challenging? The thing is that it's because I love it. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm not the best person to ask because I really love M7 as well. So maybe that's why I'm saying all these other fragrances are much more challenging because I don't like them as much. So you might just have to write off everything I've just said. Ugh. Yikes. Oh, dear me. What is going on? Oh. Excuse my big yawn. The Night. Well, the Night's not a designer fragrance. It's a niche fragrance. Givenchy Gentleman. Tom Ford will put it in between cheeks. Is Pradeep. Welcome, Yulia. How are you? I think lots of vintage designers are very challenging. Dracar Noir, but I love it on men. I don't care for Dracar Noir. I've never liked Dracar Noir. I should like Dracar Noir. I should love Dracar Noir. I had a Cosmere bottle, and did I sell it or did I give it away? Can't remember. Maybe even sold it to Greggy Boy, actually. Just not for me. It's got a sock smell about it. There's something in it that smells of socks. But yes, I would agree with you, Yulia, that I think vintage designers are more challenging in general. I actually think a lot of vintage designers are more challenging than most niche fragrances are today. You know, there were more out there. A lot of them were much more out there. Oh God, what's going on? Rich, sell me your used socks, says Germs. That is some fucking madness. For you, mate, you can just have them. Dropout loves menthol, says Christina. I bought him a cute shower gel with menthol, and he was like, what the fuck is this? I declined this piece of shit. Oh no. Menthol's outrageous when you wash with it, and like if there's like some with like really, really powerful menthol and you wash like your private parts with it, my God. Now it says menthol but smells of amberwood. Oh no. Oof. Gold Bond, says Piper. We're mad at Dropout, says Christina. Galen's here. Who are we mad at today? Still Luca Turin. Yeah, Eugene is here as well. Gold Bond is wild, says Nick. Some menthol and carnal flower. We were still raging at Luca earlier for being a charlatan. Oh. Men's gels and deodorants are awful, says Pradeep. I used to get the Kangol. I used to get Kangol deodorant, right? If anybody remembers the brand of Kangol, right? It was fucking awesome. It was lovely. I did some incredible damage at high school.
Where is... Oh my god. What do we have? Ooh. Where am I? There I am. Laura G has been annoying her lion. As in Kangol hats. Yes! Yes, Kangol, the brand. Love all these. Azaro Porom, Laura for men. I love Laura for men. I love Azaro Porom. I have vintages of both. Where are we? Welcome, Eugene. Everybody. A powder up with gold bond, says Nick. Cheers, all scent of the day is Creed Royal Water, says Galen. There's about 10 levels of niche now, from designer independent to clone houses to pretending the ones that have been bought out. Who knows what's niche now? Niche for me is quite simple. A brand that only makes perfume. Someone mule me some Matthew Zinc, says Proddy. I was talking to Rachel the other day on stream, and she had some Matthew Zinc, and she was raving about it. And Pradeep's also raving about it, wanting to try it. I do have people in the States. I reckon, if I ask nicely, you know. I reckon if I ask nicely, they might say yes. Do you know what I did today? I burned some sandalwood incense today. Not the incense that Dropout and Christina sent me, but some sandalwood incense. And the sandalwood incense was considerably lower quality. Considerably lower quality than the incense that Dropout and Christina sent me. And I was sad. And it smells harsh and tinny. I asked Arquiste if it's coming to the EU. No response. Bastardos. Arquiste is available in the UK at Les Ontes, who ship to the EU. Brody, I will send you the link. Les Ontes. That's the sponsored link. Never click on the sponsored link. I will not reward your advertising with money. Arquiste. I'm already signed up, you shits. A grove by the sea. Arquiste. Alright, are you ready, Pradeep? Don't say I never do anything for you. Wait, where's Pradeep? There he is. There you go. Andy Towers apparently releasing a new perfume. He's been teasing on his... Oh, I meant Matthew Zinc is under Arquiste. Oh. There's about 10 levels of niche now, from designer independent to clone houses pretending. Ones that have been bought out. Good Eugene, new fragrance idea. Sex in a haystack in springtime. Take this idea and run with it. Gotta be in a fragrance of the century, says Spaced Out. Kangol deodorant with a Kangol cap. These nuts. I picked up Kangol hat the other day for £14 at TK Maxx. Now you just need a fucking time machine to go back 20 odd years and fucking wear it when it was fashionable, you know what I mean? Like FC UK. They're washed as well. Excuse me, whilst I hydrate. I asked our keys it's coming to the EU. Are girl on niche, in your opinion? Yes. So they're a bit like Serge Luton, though. They kind of exist outside of time and space. Girl on's like a whole genre by itself. So you've got like designer, niche, indie, girl on. Do you know what I mean? Like girl on are a bit special. Like everybody likes. It's kind of the same way that everybody kind of appreciates that babies are cute. You know what I mean? Like, babies are cute. You don't have to be from any... You can be from any walk of life and think that babies are cute. You know what I mean? Ah, baby. You know what I mean? Kind of like girl on. Everybody appreciates girl on. Everybody kind of loves girl on. You can't not the girl on. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be perfume today, arguably, if it wasn't for girl on. So eat that. Ooh. Would girl on fall under historic? They certainly are historic, but I don't know if you could, because Creed would try and wedge themselves in there. You know what I mean? Girl on are a special case. Do you know what I mean? Girl on are a special case, more special than almost every other brand. I know Santa Maria Novella would try and ease in there as well, and to be honest, they just haven't had the impact Girl on have had. You know what I mean? They're just not. And fair play for them, they are in Italy, but Girl on's a worldwide phenomenon, brand, thing. You know what I'm saying? There are bigger brands now. There are better brands now, but they aren't Girl on, and they never will be. And I'm saying that as someone who's fucking slaughtered everything they've released since Ensembles Mythique. Well, I say slaughtered everything, but most things, you know. Did just buy my last purchase was a fucking Girl on, man. I bought fucking Neroli Ultra Noir. It's class. I don't know what to do with it. Should I put Neroli Ultra Noir in the autumn winter collection? Tara put a smoke template and everyone assumed it's a smoky fragrance. You like the Armani Privés, Rich? Some of them. I think they're fucking wildly overpriced. Excuse me, wildly. Bois d'Harmonie is apparently discontinued, says probably that's an outrageous thing to say. There'll be a run on that shit right now, I can tell you. People wax lyrical about that stuff, and I didn't think it was that great, like. I didn't think it was that great at all. I have found I'm pretty certain there's an Aedes de Venustus I want to buy. I need to continue on with me fucking... I'll probably do that tomorrow, you know? I'll probably continue on with the Aedes de Venustus thing. Would Girl on fall under historic? Look at term as a bombhead. Pass it on, says Ryan. The new Girl on Rose Amira seems not that inspired, says Carl. Speaking of Girl on, smelled Rose Amira. Smells like shampoo. I'll tell you what I think smells like shampoo. Mira Glantine. Queer Beluga, I enjoyed it, but that was it. They are changing the bottles again. aka Queer Whale Skin. Or Beluga Skin. Particularly because they're very soft. Vintage Girl-ons are unbeatable, says Dropout. When will you try and wear on sunny September days, says Spaced Out. I've always thought of them as the perfume house. Niche to me is more to do with the meaning of the word, I so totally agree. I kind of think, at my understanding, this is the problem. You see, we don't have a standardized lexicon as far as how we describe fragrances, which is why we will never reach any kind of equilibrium. The equilibrium we reach within the community will always be like scatter, you know? It'll always be scattered around. Zoologist Chameleon smells like shampoo to me, says Ryan. I want Bois Mysterio. Oh, Cumini. Cumini. Very Cumini. I'm going to have to go and dehydrate again in a minute. I've been enjoying the Vetiver Parfum edition. I am in two minds whether to buy that or whether to keep sampling it. I really want to sample to smell at my own leisure. The one that Olivia showed on Murder Imperial is on eBay for $1,500. Mad, what Armani Privés do you like, Rich? I actually like the Myrrh. I like the Ambra Eccentrico. I like Bois Son, but the performance is absolutely disgraceful. The performance is shocking. I'm talking half an hour. And it's a 300 quid fragrance, so I hope they know where they can fucking stick that, like. There's a few other ones as well. Like, they're nice, they're nice smelling perfumes, they're good quality. Apart from the performance and the price is hideous. And the bottles are fucking cubes, and cube bottles are fucking... They're so bad to use. Absolutely true. Even the term amber is so ambiguous. That's part of how they used to roll. You know, they do that shit so that they can basically just make up the rules as they go along. And if they say so, I mean, look at what Olivia Creed got away with for years. There's no kind of like, it's an absolutely outrageous fucking industry. Really, there needs to be more light shone on it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and dehydrate again, friends. I will be back. Please, look after yourself, germs and Pradeep. You are in charge. Don't let Lily run amok. Oof. I'm here. The tyranny of fucking product and germs is over, friends. I'm back. Oh, sugar and spice. Where are we? Let's have a look. Oh, I've never been to this party. Who has the snacks? Welcome, Ange. I hope you are well. Thank you for attending. Thank you for coming and joining in. We are friendly. Unless, of course, you are a charlatan, at which point we are not. Where am I? I call out having the crux of my elbow. Lots of good thoughts. Since my initial spray asked about blah, and the Tom Ford essay whipped out a sample black lacquer. No bottle yet on display. I bought Noir Cagane, Rich. It's an amouage interlude, but softer without the oregano. Is it me or Pradeep? It's the pair of you. Duck will be a treat on a 10-hour cross-continent flight. Absolutely, I would not. I'd be lying in the fucking... I would be lying in the aisle doing... I don't know. I'd just be in bits. I'd just be absolutely useless to everyone. They'd be serving drinks over us and all sorts. You know what I mean? You'll need a seat near the loo. That Thai crispy duck is delicious, says science, but settle. Welcome, Ange. How did you find us if you have never been here before? Enough about girl on, dinosaurs they are. No Ganymede, that is... It's shite, Bob. Stop that. And Bobby has the snacks. Carl, I was surprised. Haven't shown my face at that store in a while. Beach mode, baby. I mean, Bobby. I don't know how to reply to the comments on here. Apologies, but Bobby, thanks for thinking of us. Yeah. Another Geely on the way from a Nuge. A wallet injured. Also Gucci envy. Happy days. I am not a charlatan. Good news, says Ange. That is good news. Happy days. Came from... Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Ram's channel. There it is. Happy days. Welcome. Ram, my brother from another mother. Got a bit of a cough at the minute. Bark he is. Bless him. That shit's not very much fun. You know? I was like, oh, God. I know that, though. I've had fucking any amount of fucking coughs like that, like. And quite recently, too. Currently just wiping the shit off my watch. You need to try some new fragrances. I like when he discovered Royal Tobacco and tested Ganymede recently. Oh, Ganymede so much. I don't think Eugene's just not that arsed. He loves these fragrances, but he's not that, like, you know what I mean? He's much more about making them now, you know, than he is about reviewing them or all that sort of thing. I'd like to have Eugene on the channel one day. That would be fun. You know, return the favour. Lots of people actually recently mentioning about how they loved the streams me and Eugene used to do where we used to talk about fragrances, but then we also used to talk about men's stuff, you know. Which was nice to hear. Wearing Margie Noir on left and Gucci Envy on right. Why the fuck not? Well, why the fuck not? Why not? Yeah, he's a bit Marge Simpson at the minute, says Saint Genie. Yes, I heard him say that he was like Marge. I thought he sounded more like the sister Selma. I do prefer him making fragrances, but I hope we can have Booth. It would be nice to have Booth. I haven't pestered him to make fragrance content for a while. Maybe I should start doing that. You know? Duck, have you ever tried Lancome Sikkim? Yes! For fuck's sake, I can't find anyone who hasn't. I can't get it for sub $3,000. Have you tried a Nuge? Nuge is always a good bet. Lancome Sikkim. I have actually tried it.
Do I remember it? Honestly, no. A Eugene Ram and Rich Mitch stream would be awesome, says Science, but the problem is we're literally in 3 different time zones. They've both got children, so I'm easy. I am easy. Excuse me. I can usually stream at any time, you know. I annoy him on a daily basis, I assure you, says Ange. Good man. Old lady, I apologise. I'm making assumptions about who you are. Excuse me whilst I hydrate once again. Good water, you know. Lancome Sikkim. Which one are you looking for? I assume, sorry. I assume, welcome Perfume Snobs. How are you? I assume you are looking for the men's, but that again is a motherfucking assumption, which I probably should not be making. Lancome. Where in the world are you? Are you... Oh, there's a 15 mil without the box. £54. 15 mil, either version is fine. Sikkim Lancome perfume 60 mil, pre-loved, fuck off. £45 it's starting at. Live in the Americas, prefer masculines to feminines despite being female, says Ange. Oof. It's 115 mil splash from Italy for £200. It's £194, but at that point, I mean, fuck. There's a parfum. Wait, what? In the US? Are you on Evil Bay? I am on Evil Bay. Yeah, look. That's the 15 mil. Eau de Parfum Splash, $71. You can't make an offer, though. Ooh, how many have you got? Last one. I had 7. Rich, have you ever tried a Scarlet Magnetism? I've got a couple of bottles, to be fair. Pew, 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 says Monia. I need to find a hooker corner now. Thanks, man. I'll tell you who the seller is. The seller is called Designer Connection 2012. They have 98% positive feedback, but on their 11,000 items sold. Fuck me dead. That's a lot of eBay. They've got Sagamore as well. Shite. Here's an interesting tale about Sagamore. Fucking Lancome passed up on that. Passed up on the formula for cool water. Lancome Sagamore. They chose Sagamore, the fragrance, over the formula for cool water. They could have had an absolutely colossal fucking hit. What else do we have here? That's from England, I reckon. Brand new. This is from Armenia. Hold that. Hold that in fucking Armenia with you. There's no chance. Never bought from Armenia. I have bought from the Lebanon before. Bless them. I think they're about to get fucking bombed, like. Touch wood. Hopefully I'm wrong. It's not looking good over there. I just wish all concerned would just fuck the fuck off, like. Where are we? I have to see Jura and Eugene with you live and talk about French and Italian perfumes, says Perfume Snobs. Pacoma Constellation. Alright, hold on. I'll stop meow. Appreciate it. I'll stop meow. Pacoma Constellation. Give me a second. Pacoma Constel. Nothing. Or are you saying Paloma?
Do you mean Paloma? As in Paloma Picasso? We'll try that instead. Oh, here we are. Paloma Picasso. Paloma Picasso from Germany, Constellation Door. Yeah. There you go. £168.50p. It's from a place called, brace yourself, Vintage 196465. €200. I don't know if they'll ship to you. They might do. But there's a welcome, Piper, Hakuna Matata. Which was the other one you wanted us to look at? Lauder Pavilion. Let's have a look at you. I actually quite like putting people in touch as far as finding perfumes concerned. That is absolutely not what I am looking at. Burlesque striptease autograph. Rare photo signed showgirl 1920s Jane Vitale. The fuck? Lauder Pavilion. How many L's has it got? I'll try it with one. Right, we'll try it with two. Fucking bizarre. If I get fucking raided because I'm putting some mad shit into eBay, I'll tell them about you. I'll check, thank you. No problem. It is my pleasure. Russia, China, Ukraine, Kuwait, Armenia, dodgy places to eBay from. That I would rather shit in my hands and clap than buy anything from fucking Russia or fucking Ukraine. Armenia is about to become, I mean, that place could become a war zone at any point as well. I mean, China is, I mean, we all know fucking about the Chinese fucking, they'll make fucking copies of anything. Oh. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, please do. Please. If that is your thing, excuse me whilst I take these motherfucking medications, which I must take before I go to bed, lest I perish. Oof. Oh, bye. What do we have here? What day is it? Monday. What's this? Oh, yeah. One of my friends sent us a couple of samples last week. Are you ever getting out of the mall, Rich? Aha! That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Well remembered and well prompted, but I will tell you about these two samples first, then I will come back. I will circle back. So when I bought a backup bottle of Ambra Fetiche off someone last week, a very good friend of mine, you know who you are, thank you very much. You are a good man. Okay. He also sent me these samples. This is Bulgari La Gem. I don't know what this is. Alright. Onyx. Don't know what that is. I'm not going to lie. Also sent me this. Knitza 10 Golden Edition. I meant to bring this out when Dushan was here. He will be delighted when he finds out about that. Not only that, but my friend also sent me this. It's a motherfucking refreshing towel by Diptyque. Of course it is. Mate must have thought I stink or something. Okay, so the haul from Manouche. Put in a haul from Manouche. Told everyone about it. He sent it on the 28th of July. It moved. I think that was like a Thursday or something. Something like that. Anyway,
it got to, I think he set up the actual shipping and stuff on the 28th of July. Then he posted it on the 1st or the 3rd of August, and it did not fucking move. And he chased it up, and I chased it up for weeks until he eventually, the other day, last week, got a message from Canada Post saying it is officially lost. We don't know where it is. We are very sorry. It is gone. Case closed. It's over. And that is a message which he then sent to me. He was like, look, mate, I'm sorry. It's gone. It's never coming back. I'm in pain. And there's not a lot we can do. In fact, there's nothing we can do. Anuj then sent a letter to Canada Post saying, you haven't lost it, you've stolen it. You fucks. And in the middle of fucking night the other night, got an email with a tracking update. And the tracking update was that it was now in Britain. It didn't move. I will show you. I will fucking show you. It did not fucking move for weeks. Alright? Where is it? Just so I don't expose myself. I don't want to dox myself here. Alright, but look. Where is it? Fuck. I'm going to have to go to the website. Copy. Where is track my parcel? Parcel farce. Arrived to the national hub. It's been sorted. Right, yeah, look. Right. See the bottom one? Delivery agent collected. That's the 1st of August, not the fucking 8th of January, you hooligans in the United States. Behave. The next tracking event was on the 23rd of August. It sat for 3 fucking weeks. It sat for 3 bastard weeks. Where is it now? It's at the National Hub, which what I think that means, that's tonight. It's the 26th, isn't it? Yes. So it's at the National Hub. It's been sorted at the National Hub. There's a chance, touch wood, I could get it tomorrow. And if I do get it tomorrow, we will be doing a haul unboxing video, my friends. A motherfucking haul unboxing tomorrow. How do you like them fucking apples? And Anuj sent me a fucking sent them a letter saying, it's not lost. You don't lose a parcel like that. You've stolen it. Or one of your members of staff has stolen it. 40 bottles at least. I don't know. He did say he'd sent some free stuff. And if you remember, there's been some apparently random, but it's not random. Quite a few people in the community have received a package from Anuj because he's closing down his brick and mortar store. So I think he's taken all the testers and he's sending them out to people because he is extremely fucking nice and kind. And frankly, we don't fucking... We don't deserve him, frankly. He is extremely fucking kind.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, so we could have an unboxing on our hands tomorrow, which if we do, I will be fully erect. Don't dox yourself, says James. I'll try not to. This is better than the Turin drama. That's horrible. Sorry, man. It's all worked out in the end. You know, these things are meant. I mean, me and Anuj were complaining bitterly to each other that the gods of shipping absolutely hate us, because this isn't the first time it's happened. It happened with UPS once. It sat. There was a parcel that sat. If you go back, actually, in one of my haul, I've got a haul playlist, and if you go back to one of it's like the long lost haul, it sat there for fucking, felt like fucking months, but it wasn't. It was like a week. You know what I mean? And it was just pain and suffering. But all's well that ends well. What's the tracking code, says Broly? I'm not telling you. You do not mess with the news. I wouldn't mess with him. He sent them a letter, man. He sent them a letter. I think that's what did it. I think it was the fact it was a letter. I think they were shocked to see a fucking analog version of the of the outrage. Someone was so vexed that they they sent a letter, not an email, a fucking letter. You know what I mean? You should imagine some intern hurtling through the halls of Canada Post, sir. And it was like busting into a board meeting. And they'd be like, sorry, sir, I need to talk to you. CEO being like, what the fuck? And like, we've received a letter of complaint. And them just being like, like an audible gasp from the board members. Maybe one of them jumps out a window or something. You know what I mean? Because it's just over at that point, you know. Fuck me sideways a hole, says Jared. Send it in mem again, says that charming man. And how charming you are in mem. Vintage perfume and vintage communication. Exactly. There's only one way to sort out those kind of problems. It's with a vintage communicado. Ooh, I guess you're wondering how I knew that your plan to make me blue. Took me by surprise, I must say. Sorry, I'm actually just looking at something I probably shouldn't be. When I found out yesterday. What? Sorry, friends, I fucking just checked out for a second there. Have you tried Storaskugen? Never heard of it. Is Iris Nazarena in your top 3 Iris rich? Oh, fuck. Probably. Oh, possibly. I don't know. Gosh, I wish I knew a Nuge, says Sandra. Well, get in touch with him. Or you've got I can send his number on Discord if you want. He's lovely. Just say, hello, I'm Sandra. Rich gave us your number and told us to text you about vintage perfume. Vintage perfume and vintage communication. Somebody go get your guitars. Welcome, Paul Haynes. How are you? Is MI5 behind all the parcel constrictions in and out of your land, homeland security, etc.? Since when? A lot of it was to do because there was a couple of attacks planned and thwarted, and what they were doing is they were using bottles of like liquid. What I distinctly remember one of them was a bottle of Oasis. Do you know Oasis? Do you have Oasis over there? And what they'd done is they drained all the fluid out using a hypodermic needle, and then refilled it with like not Oasis, and they were going to use it to blow up an aeroplane in mid-flight, and they were thwarted doing it. So that's why the restrictions, especially in the UK. Send me some magnetism bottle in a vintage mini Coke can. I might as well just send you the Coke can. That's what it smells like. That charming round. Rich, is Naomi good? Says sample pack worth the $1. Absolutely it is, my friend. Absolutely it is. It depends though on how much it costs. Someone's selling 100ml bottle of Iris Nazarena for 120. I think I'm going to blind buy it. Should I do it or not? Do you like Iris? Do you like raspberry? Do you like a little bit of like suede leather? I can't be telling you to spend. I'm not. I'm not telling you to blind buy something, mate. I would buy that for that, absolutely. But I'm not. I will not tell you to do that. But I've smelled it, you see, and I really like it. I think it's sensational. I've got a bottle that I'm going to start wearing very soon. And it's here. And it was actually, speaking of Anuj, it was gifted to me for Christmas. Was it last year? By Anuj. The lovely Anuj. Oh. Are you in the UK? You used pounds there. I noticed that. Oh, I'm looking forward to the head stuff. My God. Oh. Do I prefer the older bottles? I'm not sure I do. I'm not sure I do prefer the older bottles, you know. '80s. There's a new stuff. Amsterdam? What the fuck are you doing over there? Shut up. Scott, welcome. Have you ever reviewed YSL's vintage opium? Which one? The men's or the women's? No, I haven't. On both counts, I haven't. What's the closest to that Iris Nazarena? Oh, God. It's very, very unique, actually. It's very different. It's got a little bit of Iris Silver Mist about it, you know. That kind of flat, concrete kind of thing. What do you prefer, the hom or the female? Oh, God. They're both very narcotic, like somebody blowing out a cloud of like narcotics, you know, very heavy, but particularly fucking opioids, you know. So if someone was smoking like heroin or something like that, or like all that kind of horribleness. Is it better than Iris Silver Mist? Fucking hell. You're asking me some fucking questions here, boys and girls. I can't be dealing with this. What do you think about Bogart Pour Homme? Bogart Pour Homme, not so much. I'm not a big fan. That said, right, I think Signature's amazing. Is that Pour Homme? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I love Bogart Pour Homme. Sorry, I've completely fucked it there. Look at this. I haven't worn it for a long time, but look at that. How does it look like I like it? Yes. It's so good. It's so strong. Is the Iris Gris EDP any good? Iris Gris. Which one's that? Never tried anything from the brown. Look at Turin and Rich can agree. Iris Nazarena is 5 stars. Damn it, says Jordan. I don't particularly like the idea of agreeing with anything he says, if I'm being frank. What do you prefer, opium powders are better than silver mist? Interesting. Well, I have a vintage opium female coming in the mail. You'll love it. It's so rich and so thick and dense and sweet and resinous. It's so much more. You'll get so much more for your money than you will buying almost any niche fragrance today. What's Iris Grey? Welcome, DL Qualia. How are you? You are wearing Jubilation 25. Jacques Fat. I don't know that I've smelled that, you know. Vintage Iris fragrance. Give me something to look into. Iris Grey by Jacques Fat. It's a vintage Iris fragrance. Cuir de Russie. Cuir de Russie by Guerlain. That's a vintage Iris, but if you find that, you're looking at thousands for a bottle. Iris Silver Mist by Serge Luton. Is it true Amouage Portrayal Man is similar to Dior Fahrenheit? Somebody else will have to answer that. Rich, have you been to the Dior Esprit de Parfum? No, that is next Monday, apparently. They haven't got in touch with me yet, though. They have not got in touch with me yet. I might pop in there sometime this week and say, you don't want me here because I'm going to say awkward questions. Have you tried Iris Deschamps by Houbigant, says Yvonne? Possibly. I've tried a few Houbigant and I can't remember if I've tried that one or not. Ivan is wearing Scent of the Day, Cuir Canoche. Dale Quelia, welcome. How do you think of Vanille Havan from Les Indomptables? Love it. Love it. Get the sample set and try it. Try these things for yourself. See if you like them. Les Indomptables do a really, really, really good sample set if you buy it directly from them. They do a really good sample set. I've been craving Balenciaga Pour Homme. Good thing the nights have been cold to complement this fragrance, says Pat Lester. I'll be wearing that. Coming soon. Balenciaga Pour Homme to a fragrance rotation near you. Absolutely, I'll be wearing that. I found Iris Nazarena more wearable than Iris Silver Mist. Yeah, probably because of the leather and the raspberry. Gives it it's a bit more approachable. You know? Look at the fucking dust on the top of there. Shows you how long I haven't worn this in. But what a fragrance. It's so strong. It's so good as well, it changes. But it's not a subtle change. It's like Jekyll and Hyde, you know. It really does turn on a sixpence. At some point in the development of the fragrance, it just thinks fuck it, and just goes mad, turns into something completely different. Very lovely though, at all stages. I tried the sample set. Oriental Velours was the standout fragrance for me. I fucking love Oriental Velours. There is a very good shout for that being my favourite one, actually. I'm looking forward to wearing that. I need to wear Orangeur Sirocco again this week. This is the last week of the summer rotation, man. Do you know what I mean? This is the last week of the summer rotation. Oh, shit. So, we will see. I get Earthy Clove and Iris Silver Mist. Strange. I don't get anything other than this outrageous, dead, concrete iris thing. Friends, I'll be back. If you have not liked the stream, please, for the love of all that is holy, please do. I will be back. I must dehydrate. back and I am quack. I have to see the physio again this week. I will see him on Thursday for my hip, and it will be sore. My hip still feels like it's been fucking punched extremely hard. Oh, scary winds, says Dropout. Parrot, get me 2 bottles. I want this done with me. Go with you. Wow. Still spraying girl on in the hurricane. I've got roasted away by Surge, which I mean to wear in autumn and winter. See how it goes. It's got a little bit of funk. It's got an outrageous honey note and an ambery rose. Very interesting thing. I wouldn't mind reviewing something this week as well, just to bring out fucking spring and summer. But we are, friends, be left in no doubt, it is an exciting time to be into fragrances because autumn is coming. It is the most wonderful time of the year for perfume. Don't forget to wear Noir Extreme. I'm always waiting what Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I do like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, I must admit. Do you rate Chanel Egoiste? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I have, Ivan, if you search the channel name and Egoiste, you will find that I have vintage Egoiste. I used to have modern Egoiste, but I sold it. Not because I didn't like it, but because I wanted to use my vintage ones more. I've got a lot of vintage Egoiste. I also have Bois Noir. I also have the Cologne Concentrate, which is absolutely incredible. And I am very much looking forward to wearing that fragrance. I'm also looking forward to wearing Mur Ardente. I'm actually looking forward to see what I've worn the most of this year as far as spring and summer perfumes is concerned. You know? Haven't gotten to try Rose. Excuse me. Sorry. Haven't got to try Roast in a Wee. That's one I'm keen on, says Jordan. I've just got some decants of Serge Lutens La Mer. Holy cow, it's crazy good. Those old Serge Lutens are fucking stunning, like. How do you check what you've worn the most, Rich? I used Fragrantica, but I'm going to use Parfumo this year because it's a lot clearer, actually. Jura Rose is asking how the live is, and I'm saying, going well. Why don't you fucking come? Yes, Jura Rose, why don't you appear? Started to dehydrate when he is powerful influencer. This what's his drama. I'm influencing your bathrooms. So I keep track of what I wear on Fragrantica and Parfumo. And I could wear Geranium Paul Monsieur a bit. I've fucking put a right hiding on this bottle like crikey. So it's it's a few milliliters below the fucking black strap. I really, really, really like this stuff. Oh, it's a little bit sharp and a little bit aldehydic. Rich Uncle, welcome. Is Adamus Tuscany worth buying the current formulation? Well, it's discontinued, so any formulation. You can get the vintage one from Anuj. He has the vintage one, and that is the one I wear. Not sure about the modern one. It's not as good. It's not as good as the old one. I mean, they never are. I mean, that's just my. I mean, that's like me. Do you know what I mean? Telling you water's wet. You know that. You know that I'm going to say that at this point, because that's the fragrances that I like. I like vintage fragrances. More than half the fragrances you see before you are vintage. It's silly. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh, good grief. How do you feel about Eau Sauvage Parfum 2017? I used to like it more than the original. But I kind of feel like the toothpastey kind of vibe of the 2012 is like kind of pulled us over. I've done a comparison video actually. But I do like them both. I don't think you can go wrong. They're just different, and they are different. Of course, thanks. No problem, Rich Uncle. Thank you for coming. How are you doing? I hope you are well. I've got some crunchy nut cornflakes downstairs. They're calling me name. Oh, good grief. Ah. Oh my gosh. So it's possible that tomorrow, friends, I will have a haul video for you, and if not, I will do also Japonais video, because excuse me, because not an Ensemble Japonais video, a 80s de Venustus video. We will do some more samples, my G's. I really like this Ocean Rain as well. I need to wear this. I got a little bit too much of that there. Do you ever smell a perfume and it just goes right, like bang, shoots right up between your eyes? Yikes. That was a little bit too good. Going to have to drop now. Thanks for the live and have a good evening, Rich, and all in the chat. I fear that I'm going to have to do the same, friends. I think that is all for the evening. I have been Rich Mitch. I mean, I still am Rich Mitch, to be fair. But I will now go. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, keeping me company, and talking to me. I love you all, most of you. And as such, I will see you all again soon. Night, night.